guys, so today's video is going to be my miscarriage story. So my miscarriage story starts in 2015. I got engaged in August of 2015. We moved in together late August of 2015. I was finishing up school. I ran out of financial aid to help cover housing. I didn't have a car at this point in time. So he lived closer to the school. We said that let's make it work. We're already together anyway. And since we're engaged to be married, what sin are we doing? You know what I mean? When we were friends, he was the first friend that I told that I had PCOS and kind of confided in about the situation. And he really made me feel comfortable in the fact of he would still love me even if I could or couldn't have kids. I said, okay, since we're engaged anyway, I'm finishing up school, let's start talking about what's next. Kids, of course, came up. So then we came up with the plan of let's schedule an OBGYN appointment, see what we can do for them to help me get my periods back. Because at this point in time, I was still having periods maybe every 3 or 4 months. So, long story short, we get on birth control, we get on metformin, we decide together that we're going to eat a healthier diet. So we start cutting out like sugar, and we start eating, like I started cooking more and having us have meal preps. This is when I first discovered meal preps. And so we were probably doing, between September and October, this is when we really went hard. I was taking my birth control. Now, here's where I did not listen to my doctor at. You know, when you take birth control, they tell you do not have sex for the first 7 days of taking birth control because you're unprotected, right? Right. Guess what I did? I had sex within the first 7 days of taking birth control. I remember the conversation very, 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 very clearly, like it was yesterday. My husband was just like, you know what? You're on birth control, right? Let's just see if it works. And me, I'm like, yeah, let's just do it. And yeah, one thing led to another, and boom. I mean, time went on. I didn't really think about it. I'm still eating eating how I need to eat healthy. Anyway, so we're doing what we need to do. We will go walk. We would go eat, eat healthy. We cut a lot of fast food and stuff like that. And we were doing really great. So fast forward to November. This is around the time when school started getting really stressful. And I'm like getting really sick. Like my boobs is really hurting. My stomach is bloating up a lot. And I'm just feeling shitty to the highest degree, right? And so I'm thinking it's because I'm stressed out about like last minute papers, because we're going on Thanksgiving break. You know, teachers in college always want to give you the bulk of the work right before you go on Thanksgiving break. So I'm like, oh, it's just stress. And then, like, when you're on birth control, it forces your body to have a period. Well, my body really wasn't responding right to the birth control as I thought it was. So I wasn't really getting periods, so I just thought the birth control wasn't working. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm not going to take birth control no more because it's making me feel shitty. I'm not getting periods like my doctor told me I was going to get periods. So I'm just going to scrap it. So I stopped it. And I was still taking my metformin, but not as consistently as I should have. And I'm taking metformin, I stopped birth control, and I'm still feeling shitty. I'm feeling nauseous, but I chalked up the nausea to metformin because I know, like, when you take metformin, you get, like, diarrhea, nausea, vomit, and stuff like that. So I'm chalking my nausea up to the metformin. I'm chalking up my sore boobs and my bloated stomach to the fucking birth control. I'm just coming up with every excuse in the book at this point in time. So, and I'm like really, really exhausted. Like barely could keep my eyes open, exhausted. But I'm chalking that up to me being in college and being in my last year. So, at this point in time, I can't win. I'm exhausted in my mind due to college. I'm sick in my mind due to the metformin. I'm hormonal and bloated in my mind due to the birth control. So you can see where this is going. So then we get past Thanksgiving break. We go into December. This is where it starts getting really, 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 really weird. So I want to say probably that whatever that week was going into December, that's when my husband just started telling me, you smell weird. You smell really, really, really weird. Something is off about you. Something just don't smell right. Now, backstory. My husband has a very, very strong sense of smell. So him telling me that I smell bad was like really fucking offensive. So I'm taking extra showers and stuff like that because I'm like, maybe, you know, my deodorant not working right or some shit. Maybe I'm not washing like how I need to be washing. So I'm taking like 2 showers a day. And like I would take a shower right before he would get home from work because I'm like, this motherfucker not gonna keep telling me I smell bad. So I would take a shower, but he would still tell me I smell weird. I smell weird. And I'm like, yo, is it bad weird or is it not bad weird? And he was just like, no, it's a different smell. I'm in tune to your body. So like whatever smell you got going on is not normal. So I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. I don't even care about this anymore. So then it turned into you smell weird to him like being on my belly a lot. And I'm one of those people, I'm a big girl, so I don't really necessarily feel 1,000% comfort in my belly area. I mean, whoever does. So like him laying on my belly and rubbing on my belly and kissing my belly and whispering to my belly, the shit was weird. I'm like, what am I, dying or something? Like, you know something? Or is Jesus telling you something? Like, what's going on? Like, if I'm dying, let me know so I can live my best life till my days are gone. But he was just like, he didn't say nothing. He would just kiss my belly, lay on my belly, whisper on my belly, and wouldn't say nothing. He would just go on about his time. I'm like, okay, cool, this is weird. So we go in from that. So after him telling me I smell weird, to him just like worshiping my belly, to him telling me I need to go take a pregnancy test. He was just like, you need to go take a pregnancy test. I'm not ending up on a show I didn't know we were pregnant. You need to go take one now. We're going to go to the store and buy now. And I'm like, yo, we not buying no pregnancy test. I'm not about to waste my money on no pregnancy test. We not about to do no pregnancy test. I'm not pregnant. I'm taking metformin. That's making me sick. I just got off that birth control. That's why I'm hormonal and bloated and my boobs hurt. I'm dealing with school. That's why I'm so tired. He just like, no, fam. Like, something's not right. I don't want to end up on that show I didn't know I was pregnant because I'm going to be real mad. And I'm like, yo, we not going to end up on that show because at the end of the day I'm not pregnant. And so he just like, all right, you know your body more than I know your body. Okay, cool. So then we just let it go, but then he would never let it go. So we would probably go a couple days of him not saying it, and then I would complain about the same symptoms, and he just like, you need to go get a pregnancy test. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to get one. I don't need one. What's the point? So anywho, long story short, he stopped really saying it. And then next thing you know, going into 2016. So at this point in time, we get through New Year's and we're in that first week of January. And I'm on winter break. So I'm resting, getting my best sleep of life. You know, when you come out of a stressful semester and you get your best sleep of life, that's what I was doing. So I'm like sick and like just like, maybe I'm just recovering from the really terrible semester that I had. Because if most people don't know, I went to school for biology and I have a minor in history. So I was extra stressed, extra tired and extra stressed, because when you dealing with both of those majors, all you do is think and write. That's all you do. So then next thing you know, I want to say it's like a couple days into 2016, and I get up and go to the bathroom. Excuse me. I get up and go to the bathroom because I'm like really, really wet. And I'm like, I know I did not piss on myself. Like, I'm too young for this. Like, why am I pissing on myself? So I go to the bathroom, and lo and behold, to my surprise, I am fully flooded in blood. I'm freaking out because I'm like, yo, I haven't had a period in 4 months. Maybe this is the period that I've been waiting for, but like it just didn't feel right. So then I call my husband. I say, yo, something's not right. I am bleeding really, really heavy. And he like, is that normal? I'm like, no, I normally cramp a lot, but I don't bleed a lot. But I'm bleeding a whole lot. So he like, all right, look, this is going to sound really, really weird, but I need you to go and look and see what it looks like. And I'm like, that's nasty as fuck. Who does that? He like, look, you gotta trust me. So I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna trust. I was just like, ooh, oh gosh. So then I hurry up, shut the toilet back, because at this point in time, I'm just like standing. I'm still in the bathroom, but I'm like, I shut the toilet because I was just like, this is weird as shit. So he said, what's going on? So then I said, it's like a lot of clots, which is not that normal because I clot a little bit, but like I said, mine is more of cramping than anything. So he just like, okay, look, you might not want to hear this. And so before he could say that, I just hear like the other ladies, because for most people who don't know, my husband is a licensed cosmetologist. He has been a licensed cosmetologist since he got out of high school. So at this point in time, he was a cosmetologist and a shampoo boy for like this really big hairstylist that's in Maryland. So the one of the ladies in the back was just like, nah, she was working with us a couple times. Her period probably synced up with hers because I'm on mine. And other like lady was like, yeah, because I'm on mine too. But the one lady that we were really, really close with, she was just like, I could hear her in the background and talk to my husband and say, look, I'm going to talk to y'all in a second. So then my husband hangs up on the phone because he just like, he don't know what to do at this point in time. I don't know what to do. So then I get a phone call from her. Like I said, we had became close with her, so her calling me wasn't that weird. So she was just like, look, I think you having a miscarriage. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? And at this point in time, she three-ways my husband on the phone call. So she was just like, I think you're having a miscarriage because the same thing that she's talking about is the same thing that I went through. It sounds really familiar. And I'm like, yo, how can I have a miscarriage when I wasn't even pregnant? Like, I think it's because I missed my period for a couple of months, and now, it's here. That's probably why it's bleeding as heavy as it is. I had a back stock of period, whatever it is. At this point in time, literally after I got off the phone with them, when I say I had the most intense cramping ever, I felt like my whole uterus was about to come out my body. Like, it was intense. So I got some I had some of those Maxim, them big maxi overnight pads. I had them for emergencies, and I bust them bitches out. So I put one on, I go lay down. Like 2 hours later, I am soaked through the maxi pad to the point I had to change my sheets because I soaked through a whole maxi pad, like a overnight maxi pad. I soaked through it. So I hurry up, scramble up, change my sheets because I'm like, my husband about to come home. Well, at this point in time, my fiance, I'm like, he about to come home. I don't want him to see none of this. So I gather up my sheets, change the sheets, put a towel underneath of the sheets that I knew I was going to lay with, and then put sheets back on top of it, on the side that I knew I was going to lay on. And so he came home, and I want to say like 2 hours later again, I get up and I soak through it again. But this time, because I put the towel down, I didn't get it on the sheet set. So he like, yo, you good? What's going on? I said, I don't know what's really going on. So then he puts I'm crying my ass off. So he like gets a heating pad. He gets me some like I'm gonna say it was like Tylenol or something like that, and he gets me a cold rag, and he like sets me up in the bed, puts the heating pad on my pelvic area, cold towel on my head, and gives me the Advil to take. And he just cuddles me real hard, and he said, I think we lost the baby. And I'm like, what in the world are these people talking about? Because at this point in time, I'm just still not believing it. I'm really not believing it. But the pain that I'm going through, I was like, this is not a normal period. I am crying my ass off. This lasted literally for 8 days. 8 days of that pain was terrible. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, to be 100% honest. So then after the 8th day, I get through, I'm finally up, I'm feeling better about myself. He says, your body is changing. And I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? He said, you don't smell weird anymore. You smell normal, like you back to yourself. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he gave me a hug. We cried for a little bit because I'm just like, yo, that was a lot. That was intense. And he was just like, yeah, I know. And then he gives me a kiss on my forehead, and then we just go about our business. We did not talk about it whatsoever again. Like, I didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. And so flash forward to 2018, kind of went through a discouragement period of this whole journey, and I stopped posting on social media. I really kind of stopped working out and stuff like that, and I gave away my baby clothes. If you have not seen that video, I will link a card to the top part. And in the midst of that, I mentioned in my previous video, that's when we kind of started to talk about the fact that, yo, we really did have a miscarriage. And I apologized to him for not acknowledging his feelings in this situation, and basically having him suffer in silence due to my hands, and him trying to protect my emotions. And yeah, that's my miscarriage story, guys. It's a crazy one. I never took a pregnancy test, but like, I knew. You really honestly know when you're like really pregnant for sure, because them symptoms that they be talking about on Pinterest and on Google, on WebMD, all of that stuff, that shit is real, y'all. That shit is real. And in my case, it was like, everything was super dramatic in a sense. Like, everything was just heightened. I was just like, oh my gosh. So it's just like, after talking to my husband about it, I feel much better, because I know that I am able to reproduce. I can have kids. We can have kids, because at one point in time, he thought that he couldn't have kids. And I'm like, yo, fam, we already know it's because of my PCOS. And now we realize, wait, we can have kids. We just have to put the work in to get it. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead, subscribe, go ahead, thumbs up. And if you are not following me on any of my social media, why aren't you? That's when we have the best fun. We have the best fun on both of my social medias. So yeah, in the meantime and in between time, do not forget to be your own pro, because what? You define you. Have a nice one, guys.